Hey there guys, this is Craig Ferreira from the Creative Frequency. So doing another video here, and I've got a really exciting person on the other side here, and his name is Marlon August. So Marlon, don't you just want to say how's it to the group and whoever's watching this, and just give a little bit of background, who you are and what you're about?
As a group, yeah, my name is Marlon August Acacio. I'm a seeker. I'm an adventurer. I'm a fellow person that just wants absolute excellence out of myself. I want beauty in the world. I want to create unfathomable wealth and happiness, not just for myself, but anybody else who comes into my circle. And yeah, I think you are also alluding to sort of my background, Craig.
Yeah.
So my background is, oddly enough, I'm from a long line of just entrepreneurs, people that, so it's not really, I guess sometimes like to actually go out and just create stuff and build things is part of my nature, part of my family. And being involved, what I'm most known for is sports. I'm not really much of a studier, so I always was involved in sports and judo and stuff like that. I was never good at judo. I actually used to get my ass beat a lot, but I just enjoyed getting flung around and throwing people around, that I just never stopped. And continuing with that, I just went right through, competed at every big competition that there is. Did highlights being like Africa medalist. Been to the Olympic Games 2008, and then I retired in 2008, and that's when I started getting caught up in this world of personal development. Working in a family business where we're just like trading throughout Africa, so we have quite a strong marketing background. And then I don't know, I think I got bored, and then after a while, like kind of lost my passion and got back involved in sports after retiring. And then at the age of like 30, decided to get back into sports and qualify for 2016, which I did, for that time for Mozambique as opposed to South Africa. And yeah, I'm a business owner. I love business. I love to create. I love to build businesses, and I love to empower people. So mixing in that personal development side of my life, where I've learned hypnotherapy, NLP, and have quite a lot of experience in that. My wife and I run a business called Conscious Healing, and we have a center where people can run different types of courses and all personal development type stuff. And yeah, so using those tools, I put them back into judo, and it actually got me to the Olympic Games, World Championships, and yeah, all that type of stuff. Cool. On pretty much a budget.
So very humble from a two-time Olympic competitor. That's really something special in itself. That's very humble. I really appreciate that. So, I think you've got a really awesome, unique insight into this, because not only have you excelled and you've been in the best in your arena, maybe you never got the gold or, but you've competed with the best, and that really takes something to get there, But not only that, but you also own a business that is filled with self-development. So you've seen it all, you've studied it all. You used to be a coach yourself. What would you say makes Creative Frequencies trainings different to everything else out there? And what benefits have you seen from it in your life so far?
I'd say the simplest thing, it's that firstly that it's very simple. I've studied quite a number of different modalities, and there is no right way to do this, which is amazing, because all these other processes, they like, it has to be like this, you go in like this, and some of them are really, really powerful. Some things that I still practice today, but when I think the biggest thing, and I think I mentioned it to you before, Craig, is that here there's no rules. You know, there's no rules because it's all made up. You know, and so like I know that was a bit outside of what people of what we normally talk about, but basically it's just that firstly simplicity, secondly there's no real rules about it, that we can really just create our lives that in the best way for us, and there's no how to necessarily, you know, and that's what I love most about this.
Cool.
For me, those are the biggest takeaways, and the best, and for me, the biggest thing also is that there's nothing to fix. You know, I am great the way I am right now, and everything is the way it is so that I can excel. It's not something that I have to change or go deep down in there and fix. There's nothing to fix, you know, and that's really been huge learnings for me.
Cool. So what would you say is, like, you know, you've been doing on this training now for about 5 months, you've been on the journey with me. What would you say, just the one, you know, just summarize the one most powerful thing that it's changed in your life as a businessman, as a normal person? You know, what's the biggest benefits that you've taken away from this journey so far?
Yeah, it's literally that there's no rules. You know, we have things like legislation and things like this is the way you're supposed to build a company, and you know, you have to do things like this. There's so much of that going on in our world, and it's all nonsense. And when I realized that, and I just cut through the nonsense and just started like, what do I actually want? And focus towards that using the tools that you gave us. Like, you have so much growth really fast. And when you're in that space, anything is possible. So you just stay in that space, and you try, and you keep it, you hold the focus on that, and anything is possible. Definitely the one thing that I learned is just the rules, they made the rules up.
Cool. Cool. So, you know, we've got a one-day training coming up. What would you say to anybody doubting, you know, thinking about, should I come here, should I not come there? Or, and just anybody who's on the fence, you know, what's your one thing that you would say to that person, to, if they're watching this, you know, trying to make that decision?
If you're on the fence, then obviously you definitely need to go to this training, because I mean, like, what do you want in your life? If you want success, if you're sitting there all confused and like muddling around yourself, it's really about just letting go and taking that step towards the life that you would dream of having. And if you're willing to go, if you're willing to just seek that out, and then you'll see that it's all worth it.
Cool. So awesome, brother. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks for your energy to make this video, dude. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Ciao.